Hello, everyone, and welcome to Go Mode Podcast. Uh, I am Smercjd, and I am joined today by my co-com Kaptein 1977. And unfortunately, we got a little bit of delay starting off here, so I apologize for that. But we are doing a big giant race. It's combined with the Speed Gaming Daily race. It is an Open 7-7. And we are featuring runners from the Mentor Tournament from Go Mode Podcast that just ended recently. On the screen, we have Zethno and KapteinKOEK, who are both in the Tempered Sword bracket. We have Jaybone25, who is Master Sword bracket, and we have linktothepastken from the Fighter Sword bracket. How are you doing today, Kaptein 1977?
I'm doing pretty well. How you doing?
Doing great. So what do you think we're going to see today from the runners?
Well, I mean, really the whole point of the Go Mode Podcast tournament was to make this game more accessible, more fun for these runners, and I believe it's done that. You're going to see that this skill on display here, and it's good. We should have a pretty good race, I think. Hey, look, sword.
All right, looks like we found a sword in Blind's hut. Did KapteinKOEK just skip doing the back? And there was Quake there from Link to the Pastken and the Lost Woods.
Okay.
So I'm assuming everybody went through the Lost Woods and found Quake. And there's Cane of Burna on the bottle bender as well. Oh, okay. I just realized he did not have bombs to go into the back.
Okay.
Looks like the other runners bought bombs first. Alright, there we are. So yeah, something about that's interesting about the Mentor Tournament was we had 64 participants, and we did 6 weeks of Swiss rounds. And then we were divided up into brackets of 16. The gold sword for the people who had the most wins and the best records, all the way down to the fighter sword. So here we are splitting it up. One player from each bracket, except for we couldn't find a gold sword bracket person, so Zethno got upgraded.
He deserves it. We'll give it to him.
And that's a master sword in Chicken Hut.
Well, okay, well. Already getting our swords upgraded here. These. So get a look at our crystal layout there. Looks like we got 2 crystals at Eastern and Hera with a pendant at Desert.
Pendant at Desert. I kind of like that layout. I prefer when all the light world dungeons are crystals. It gives it more chance for there to be more pendants in the dark world. But we will see what to. Oh, we have the powder there on the library bookshelf. I wonder if that will be required. Oh, and I think we missed it, but there, chat is reminding us there was a glove on Lumberjack Ledge, so it is a required Agaseed.
Oh boy. I mean, that's fine either way, because everyone's got to do it anyway, so it's not as bad as it sounds, but you got to do it, so. I mean, you're just a lap away from being able to do Aga anyway, and
right. At least with an Agaseed, like when it's Aga required, everybody's got to do it, right? It's when it's something that's really weird, like, a book or a mushroom or something on Lumberjack Ledge, that's when you're like, uh-oh.
Well, that means you are going to find the boost here eventually, so that's always nice.
Very true. Yeah, with the gloves on unless we find another glove, right? I mean, if we found another way to get the Dark World, then that could be the actual myths, and the boots could still be sort of buried.
That is true, yes.
It looks like Zethno had a quick moment of decision making. He went backwards and then forwards again there.
So it looks like Jaybone is going to turn in that mushroom right away here.
Let's see what it gets for that. Meanwhile, Zethno's clearing out Mini Moldorm Cave using his bombs.
Find the first bottle there in Mini Moldorm Cave with some money. There's that glove.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
So it is still a required Agassiz, but is it required?
Oh, the boots was on mushroom.
Oh, that is a big fine for Jaybone.
That's huge. So that's good.
Yeah, go ahead.
That means so as soon as you get Aga access, you can get those myths right away, which is huge.
Absolutely. And you can grab that powder in Kakariko as well.
Absolutely.
So now I'm wondering, is that second glove required for if there, like, will the hammer be in a weird spot, or is the mitts the way to get to the dark world?
I guess it all depends where that lamp is going to be at. Lamp logically required to climb Aga Tower at this point, so Jaybone really the only person here with the boots now. Looks like Ken is gonna turn in that mushroom, get his boots as well, though.
Yes, indeed. So the people who decided to do that early mushroom turn-in, getting their boots, it's interesting because, you know, like you've seen the powder on the library bookshelf. So you know that the powder is behind the boots anyway. Like, what do, you know, when you're like, oh, should I save the mushroom in order to fake powder later? You know, or how do you make that decision when the boots are on the mushroom? So Alright, looks like Link to the Pastken is working on the fake flippers there from the witch's hut. And he got it.
Zethno is headed up toward the Zora area. Got plenty of money for this, so see what the big scamfish has for us today.
Scamfish always coming in hot. Yeah, it looks like there was a lot of 300s early on, so they were able to find that Zora money pretty quickly. And it is just 10 arrows. Big scamfish.
Big scammer. Not surprised.
Did you happen to catch what was on Zora Ledge? I saw Jaybone run right by it just now, but I didn't see what was there.
I want to say a piece of heart, but I'm not sure. I don't think it was anything of importance. Right. Ken is headed to Agatha's cave here. Looks like gonna check the desert ledge.
Zethno dropping into back of escape with that glove. I like this.
Oh, okay. Well, we got an item at Dark Cross. Both map and key. Oh, it looks like he is gonna try to sequence break this Dark Cross area here. So, thank you, Ken, for letting us that. Oh, missed the bomb.
I like those bonks there before the bomb exploded.
Okay.
And yeah, on KapteinKOEK screen, I did see Scamfit or Zora Ledge did have a piece of heart, so you were right about that.
Thank goodness. All right. Yeah, we're looking at the uncle escape here now.
All right, looks like Uncle isn't offering a whole lot there. All right, and Jaybone's going into the front of Escape now that he has that nice Master Sword in hand.
Oh, that bush grab is giving out bombs today, though, too. That's nice.
Yeah, and we have KapteinKOEK heading over to Saha. I think this is something we haven't seen from the other three, so excited to see what's here.
We got Green Pendant Pod.
Green Pendant Pod. So we have Pendant Desert, Green Pendant Pod, and crystals for Eastern and Tower Hera. And a bow in Saha. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Right there. So I have this thing where one second, Amarith made a comment there for me. Oh, here we go. Thanks, Amarith.
Okay, there we go. Right, we got KapteinKOEK making their way through an Eastern. Jaybone is headed to Zelda Cell. Gonna find out what we got here. We got just $20.
Oh, wow, yeah. I was 30 seconds off. I apologize for that.
Yeah.
All right, so we have KapteinKOEK already in Eastern. No worries, Amarith, no worries. I appreciate it.
Please feel free to call out anything we might have missed. Please.
Yeah. I know that they all have Cane of Burna and
yeah, they should all be on Master Sword Cane of Burna. The only one without the boots right now is Zethno and KapteinKOEK. So
okay. So do you think we'll find anything here in Eastern? With that bow being there? It's completable, but some of it is... Oh.
I'm going to say yes.
We got the flute. So that's awesome. Wow.
We'll call that a commentator blessing right there, I think.
Yeah, so we get the boots from the mushroom, and then the bow and the flute over in the Saha Eastern area. We're still missing a lamp or fire rod, though. So if there's no lamp here in Eastern, then the game wanted you to double dip it.
Yeah, the rest of this Eastern is not going to be in logic without the lamp or if you had the fire rod for Armos Knights. So it's a good sequence break if you can do these dark rooms. We'll see if KapteinKOEK can go ahead and proceed.
Well, and that's a nice thing that you mentioned there with if you can do the dark rooms. I think that's one of the biggest things that a lot of us mentees learned while doing the mentor tournament was dark rooms. So yeah. I think we can expect most, if not all, of the mentees today to be able to do most of the dark rooms in the game. Especially, I think, Eastern and the Mountain for the Old Man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I missed where Jaybone found that hammer.
What? Shoot.
Jaybone has a hammer.
Whoa, okay.
Totally missed it.
I completely missed it. Thankfully, our tracker is on point today.
Right? And a big thank you to the trackers. We have Kaesden and Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna tracking today. So big thank you to those guys. Hammer was at Bonk Rocks. Thank you, Pix.
Okay.
And a big thanks to Amarith as well for restreaming this. Big thanks to GMP for allowing us to do this today. So shout outs to everybody involved, and a shout out to the chat for joining us today.
Oh, big shout out to you for organizing this whole shindig too as well.
Thank you, Kaptein.
You were I believe you were the main force behind this whole.
Well, fortunately, speed gaming already had this going on, so it's kind of nice to tie it in.
It was nice of them to help us showcase some of the mentees on their
absolutely.
channel
Big
as
thanks
well.
to the people out at Speed Gaming for that as well. Mind of Me and Oasis and the crew over there.
Absolutely.
All right, so we got Jaybone already in the Dark World using that hammer. I think they all found the Moon Pearl as well. I think that was early on and we missed it.
Okay. First look at the hype cave here.
Hype
Will we find
cave,
some hype?
red meringue, bottle, and money.
Not so
what do you
much.
think? Like 3?
2?
2? I don't know. I like the red meringue and an extra bottle, so I gave it a 3.
Okay,
but yeah, not the hypest.
Okay, I saw the map check there. I believe I saw a 5-6 crystal at Meyer. I didn't see much else though.
It looks like TR was the other 5-6. That was a fast back check for me. And Link to the Pastken found his hammer as well. Looks like he's headed over to the back of Escape. And there's Zethno getting his flute. So I wonder how long it'll take like Jaybone to go over to the escape area to get that bow. I wonder if he's waiting for the mirror to be able to do like, some kind of pod Eastern combo, even though pod is a pendant. We all know how people feel about pendant pod.
You see, KapteinKOEK does complete Easter there, gets his first crystal. That's
the
not in logic.
Board.
Yep, that is our first crystal. So hats off to him. But less than 20 minutes in, already got his first crystal.
And like you were saying, not in logic, but it is a crystal and it is required. Hey, Sola Summer, thank you for the raid. Welcome to Go Mode Podcast. We have Zethno, KapteinKOEK, Jaybone25, and Link to the Pastken in their brackets respectively, except for Zethno, who was upgraded. He was actually in the Tempered Sword bracket. All right, it looks like Zethno is going to go ahead and try to finish off Eastern Palace as well. Oh, is this our first look at Sick Kid?
I believe so. Just a piece of art, though.
Okay, Link to the Pastken going through.
So Jaybone's going to grab that powder off library and it's going to check it right away, I believe.
Oh, nice.
No reason why not to grab it right now. You're right, Kakariko. You got the boost. Just go ahead.
Now, I wonder if anybody will attempt to do Aga without the lamp.
I wouldn't, but...
Right, I wouldn't. That's I was talking about Dark Rooms before. That's still one of the hard ones for me. So, I definitely wouldn't. I would wait for a lamp before going there. But we know that the mitts are on Lumberjack Ledge. And, the mitts give you some definite time saves and some newer checks as well.
Ooh, the hook shot on bat.
Okay, so we have mushroom for boots, boots for powder, powder for hook shot.
And Boots got his hammer too.
The hammer as well. Yep, absolutely. Oh man. Okay.
Wow, this seed has been busted wide open at this point here. There's lots of good items early.
All right, and that is crystal number 1 for Zethno at about 22 minutes. So moving right on. All right, I was just double checking. The other pendant was Skull Woods. Okay, so Skull Woods, Desert Palace, and Pod.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. We don't have the fire rod yet anyway, so could see him go to the front of Skullwoods at least. Maybe check see if we can find the 2 items in the front. But
Yeah, I think a lot of people, when it's pendant Skullwoods, they like to check the front of Skullwoods and kind of just assume that it's overworked. I tend to do similarly if I'm in the area. Exactly, Buddhist man. I was actually mentioning that when they found those boots there, I was like, ooh, I wonder how many are going to try to save that mushroom for fake powder, only to realize that the powder is behind the mushroom after all.
Yeah. Fortunately, they have the flute, so they can check this pretty quickly. As
Yeah.
So there's a flute spot right there, and if it's nothing, they can probably just save it. But turns out it's going to be our boots today, so not going to be an issue. So yeah, really, just lots of good progressive items. When we find our first item there in Skull was just going to be a piece of heart.
Looks like Jaybone having a little bouncing around there in the... What is that? Is that the basement or the pinball room?
Pinball room, yeah.
Pinball room, yeah.
Okay. All 4 of our runners now have the boots, so that's good.
All right, time to go fast.
Okay, here's another one of those KapteinKOEK, Zethno, both going up to Dark Death Mountain here, going to rescue the old man in the dark. Not in Logic Court yet, so you're not going to find the lamp at this point, but do find a shovel. Let's...
Shovel that old man.
Okay.
Is that all the fetch quests then? Well, the book could be considered a fetch quest, right?
Yeah, I consider the book a fetch quest at this point.
Because we know where... Well, I don't know, the mirror. If the mirror is locked in deserts. I was going to say, the book is kind of a fetch quest when you don't have that, like when you already have access to desert. But right now, and since we know that the myths are on Lumberjack Ledge, then all we're missing for desert access would be the mirror.
Right. So Zethno and KapteinKOEK, unfortunately, not doing the magic bat, not having the hook shot, can't do any more of Death Mountain here. So you're just gonna have to check the items up here and save and quit.
Right, which means a Jaybone out of the 4 runners so far save time going to the mountain. However, he may lose time by not having the flute from doing Saha Eastern. So
right,
it's kind of a give and take there. We'll see if he decides to go to Saha before the mountain. Here's the hammer for KapteinKOEK.
Followed closely by Zethno, I assume, right here.
Looks like. Did you happen to see where they found the Cane of Samaria? I missed that too. I can't imagine what it's like for trackers to be able to see all these things.
This is why we have 2 trackers. I did not catch the Cane of Samaria.
Because Zethno already has it, so it wasn't in Village of Outcasts. And it looks like Jaybone is going into Thieves Town. And Zethno is going in through the North Dark World. All right, linktothepastken just got his powder, so if he decides to check it, looks like he is, he's going to be getting his hook shot here too.
Okay, and KapteinKOEK's about to get his powder. He's going to check that right away and kind of feel bad about where the hook shot was after already being up Death Mountain, but it's not a huge time loss.
Right. So I think it might be only Zethno that didn't go for that powder. after getting the hammer and bomb rock. And KOEK is not going back to check the powder. I think he's going to check the shovel, at least for now. He might go back after this.
Okay. So the shovel is a new check that we haven't seen yet. And on the shovel, we're going to have
a heart container.
Okay. How's this good?
Yeah. I mean, they are still on green mail, so even though they have a lot of hearts, what, 10? Is that 10 hearts?
9 or 10, yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Even though they have 10 hearts, it can go pretty quick in the Dark World.
Oh, yeah. Jaybone not taking any chances in the hellway here.
the very harmful hellway.
The very harmful one, yes.
Let's see if Link to the Pastken. Okay, Link to the Pastken has the Cane of Samaria as well. So it must have been something relatively early that we just missed. Question in chat: who will go to Pendant Pod first? Also, I really like Link to the Pastken's routing here. So he has the hook shot now, and he's the first one to the mountain with the hook shot in hand. I am very curious to see what he will find over on the East Death Mountain.
Yep, you're gonna have. Ideally, you'd like to come up here with the mitts as well, but don't really have logical access to that right now.
Right, but we could have something like the lamp over there, which gives us the logical access to Aga and therefore the mids.
Yeah, as soon as you find the lamp here, I believe you just have to go right to Aga Tower and get those mitts right away. So
I think so. I mean, we know that the flute is not locked behind the lamp. It's in Eastern Palace, right? So the flute is the logical access to the mountain.
Yeah.
So that means the lamp could very well be up here.
Looks like Ken is going to check out Spike Cave here.
Oh my. It's going for it. I like this. It's not something I think to do often, but... and then later in the game, I'll realize, oh wait, I didn't check Spike Cave. It's orphaned.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that are... If you forget about it, it can lead to something else and find out there's some... Well, it's just a piece of art today, but it's fine to get it out of the way, I think.
Just a piece of heart. Let's see if he goes to... I'm hoping he does do Paradox Cave here. He did save and quit to the mountain without the flute, so I think he is going there. And he'll be able to do Hera as well.
It's a pendant, but we could
I thought
dip
Desert
in.
was the pendant. I thought Hera
you're right. Desert was the pendant. Never mind. Sorry, I can't... Pendant crystal. It's all the same. That's probably why I didn't do so well. Anywho,
and the
first look at Paradox Cave here from Ken.
All right, let's see what we find. So far, so not much. Okay, thank you, So Last Summer, in chat, pointing out that Samaria was in Dark Cross.
Oh, okay, so it's not even in logic. Okay.
Okay,
tempered
sword. That's nice.
Okay.
And
There's the lamp. There it is.
Oh gosh. Okay, so Link to the Pastken now has this lamp fire source, which could lead him over to Hera. And is that another sword on blind there? Looks like. Okay, we found all 4 of our swords.
All right. So yeah, looks like we're gonna have our gold sword here. Most likely.
Almost certainly, yeah, almost certainly. I'm sure everybody will make their way to Paradox Cave at some point, right? And, blind's required, so
yeah,
I'm sure they'll do that too. A question in chat, does it work if it's out of logic? Well, I did see Ken using it, so I hope so.
That'd be a setting, huh? You won't function correctly until you find the logic. Oh my goodness.
All right, looks like Jaybone is making his way over to the mountain as well. It kind of seems as though we have our top 2 runners, Zethno and KapteinKOEK, kind of following a very similar route. They both did the Eastern play, found the bow in Saha, and now they're headed over here into the Dark World. They both got the flute. Whereas Jaybone...
Ken taking a death there in the basement of Hera.
It's not too bad. Get back to... And that basement, those tiles, man, they can be really hard to dodge. I have trouble. If I don't get the invulnerability frames on those pegs, I have a lot of trouble dodging those. Oh, hit him again. Gosh.
Unfortunately. Yeah. Looks like he might be setting up a death warp just to get back to the front. I hope.
That would be the thing to do. Get that death warp ready to go. Just, try to hang in there. Oh no.
Oh no.
Having a little bit of an unfortunate time here with the Hera basement play, but and meanwhile Zethno gets his tempered sword off of blind. Jaybone found his gold sword over in Paradox Cave, and we have KapteinKOEK going through Thieves Town right now. Now the difference between KapteinKOEK and Zethno's route is that KapteinKOEK went down and checked Hype Cave, I think, after getting the powder, whereas Zethno went straight to the Dark World and didn't go get the powder.
Okay.
Oh no, Link to the Pastken was on the other side, but that's okay. He can still... Yeah, there we go.
And Jaybone's trying to give us a Hera pot here.
Yeah, with the hook speed version. Oh, canceled it. Oh, looks like he's switching over to... Is this the Philly pot? I wonder if he learned the Philly pot. Yeah, when it's something like the big key in the basement, it's nice to be able to Hera pot in case the 2 items are upstairs somewhere. It's not exactly the Philly pot. I think he's doing one of the more traditional methods.
Okay, finally getting that big key out of the basement. Gonna head upstairs here. Be interesting to see if there's something in the big chest that may be required. Because I don't think Jaybone's gonna come back in for that.
Yeah, that's a very good point. It's one of those things where, when you do the hair pot and there is something in the big chest, a lot of people will skip it. to try to save the time from doing that basement. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, there's our first item is 300 rupees.
Oh, and we have a Zethno going over to Pyramid Ledge. He finished Head Cave and headed straight up here, so let's see what we got over here.
Just a piece of heart in the big chest. It is the second item, so that's probably going to be weighted on Jaybone's mind later, but it's not going to be required.
Ether Medallion on Pyramid Ledge. That could very well be required. We have 2 medallion dungeons. And they're both the red crystals. So people who like to save Pyramid Fairy for combining it with Pyramid Ledge and Catfish are out of luck for this one. And you are correct. Jaybone did not go back in for that big chest. So
won't be punished for that. So that's good.
Yeah, he won't be. But like you said, it may be something that's weighing on his mind later on. As far as items are concerned, I mean, we're still needing the flippers, the mirror, fire rod and ice rod, and possibly bombos. So there's still a lot of items out there, and if one of those are truly, it might lead him back up there. Now, my question to you is, do you think there's something in Desert Palace? Not that we can get in there, but
I think the worst thing in Desert Palace probably right now is probably to be the mirror.
Right. Well, I was actually thinking. Go ahead.
I mean, if people are waiting for the mirror and to get to that Desert Palace, and you need the book to get to the mirror, it could be something that trips these runners up. But
right, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. I was wondering if if they're waiting to get the mirror to go get those mitts, but there's also a chance that the mirror is behind the mitts. So.
There's just no way to know. So, okay. So Ken is gonna make the Aga play here. Go get those mitts.
I like it. I like this. I think with considering the items he has, getting that lamp there, I definitely like this play. He's gonna get the mitts. He's gonna have a lot more accessibility to plenty of other things.
Did you see them get silver somewhere?
I did not, but it looks like 3 of them have it. So
yeah,
that means the other bow was somewhere. Maybe it was in Thieves Town or Village of Outcasts, and we just didn't see it.
So they're gonna have probably gold sword, silver for Ganon, which is pretty nice to have, I think.
Absolutely. So. Very, very nice. The only other thing they could be hoping for, I think, for a Ganon fight, at least for me, would be half magic and an upgraded mail.
Or at least a cape. Let's give him a cape.
Yeah. And it looks like Zethno is taking that dip into Green Pendant Pod. This is where we cue Leoria to come in and bless the dungeon with her gifts. See if we find anything in here. I feel like a lot of the progression has been overworld, and I wonder if it's a pattern that this will... I mean, besides what, the flute was in Eastern Palace. Besides that, I think the majority of the progression has been in just overworld stuff.
Yeah, it's been a lot of overworld progression, I think, yeah.
But I guess Pendant Pod is the first like pendant we're really seeing. I guess we saw a little bit of Skull Woods.
Yeah.
And just a reminder to everybody watching, this is actually a very big race. This is actually the Speed Gaming Daily on Sundays where they do open. There's quite a lot of people playing, including other mentees. The mentees you see here and the mentees you see on Speed Gaming Daily Channel 5 are the ones who volunteered for Restream. And it was very fortunate that Speed Gaming Daily allowed us to kind of feature the mentees. As we, recently ended the tournament for Going Podcast, the Mentor Tournament. If you're unfamiliar with what that was, the Mentor Tournament was where more experienced runners helped. They banded together and helped people who are a little bit newer to the game or less experienced to improve. And so the first 6 weeks, there were Swiss rounds. The mentors were right there with them, talking in their ear, helping them. I should say us because I was one, and so was Kaptein1977, helping us with routing, with tricks, glitches, dark rooms, all sorts of things, with their wisdom, and we improved overall. And then we got to test it after the Swiss rounds in our own individual brackets. So what you're seeing here are mentees being featured. Kind of as a shout out to that mentor tournament from GoBud Podcast.
Mm-hmm. And of course, Smercjd being the champion of the Fire Sword division, and
you were in the Fighter Sword as well, right, Kaptein?
Yes. I made it to the second round of the Fire Sword bracket. So yeah, we would have faced off if I'd won the second round, but. I'm not bitter. It's fine.
So, Uplifting Chafe in chat was asking what's on Lumberjack. Oh, it's been answered. The mitts, indeed. Yep. And I guess Jaybone skipped the big chest in Eastern. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but he did, apparently. So, I think there was nothing in there. But so if it was just something he forgot to do, then he's not going to be punished for that, which is nice for him. Saves a little bit of time.
Yeah, I actually like Ken's routing here because after Aga, he's checked the pyramid. He's gonna go check Catfish now. Then afterwards, he's gonna go get his mitts. It's good thinking on his part. He says, okay, well, I got all these checks done. Now I can do these other ones that are kind of out of the way right after you do the Aga Tower play. So, good job for him. So,
absolutely, I 100% agree. I think I talked about this before with somebody. In Catfish, like Pyramid Ledge and Catfish, are kind of those checks that you just don't really ever want to do. But the best time to do them is right after Aga. So, very wise on linktothepastken's routing decision here to say, hey, I got to go do this anyway. Let's do it and get those checks out of the way. And I don't know if Zethno went and checked Catfish. I know he did Pyramid Ledge. Did you see if he went to Catfish?
I think he did.
Okay. I was going to say, this could be a new check. We'll see here in just a second.
Yeah, it's just bombs.
Okay. Just bombs. Okay. Right, looks like we have Jaybone and KapteinKOEK both in Aga as well. Zethno, however, is doing Pendant Pod, and remember, with his items, this is a really great play. He doesn't know that the powder is locking that hook shot, so he has no access to Hera or Paradox Cave or any of that stuff. So he still doesn't have the lamp, and that could be what's pushing him to not go to Aga. And I know for me at least, I'm more comfortable doing Dark Pod than doing Dark Aga.
Yeah. So looks like Zethno's gonna go the whole way here. Gonna check to see what's on Helmet Store. I don't think they found much else in Pod. Fortunately, looks like it's been a big bust so far. There's something on the green pendant or helmet, so not much going on in Pod today.
Pod has been kind of empty unless the green pendant / Helma have something important. Another comment, I think KapteinKOEK did not do Dark Cross. I wonder how long it'll take him to get back there, because the Cane of Smercjd being there,
Yeah,
he's the only one of our restream runners that does not have that.
That's kind of out of the way though, too.
Well, with like if he had the mirror, he could do it after Aga, but he doesn't have the mirror, so it's gonna be hard for him to get back there. Like the only way for him to get back there now is through backup escape, because if he saves and quits the Link's house, the Aga portal is there.
Right.
Which, it's not the end of the world. The key is available in the backup escape, and he has the lamp, so it's not, something too ridiculous, but
just something to keep an eye out for, see how, because that case is going to be required, so we're going to need it eventually.
Yeah, we're going to need it for Meyer and TR, and I wonder, like, Ice Palace is one of those things, the icebreaker is so nice. It makes Ice Palace so much easier.
It's so nice.
Yeah. So, we'll see if he ends up going into Ice Palace without it, or if he decides to check Dark Cross first.
All right, it looks like Ken is going to give us our first look at Dark Death Mountain here. We're going to have, what is it, 6 checks, I believe?
Yes.
4 in Hookshot Cave, 2 Super Buddy.
As well as the medallion information for Turtle Rock, which he can go into. It is Ether, and he does have it.
Okay. Yeah, he just picked that Ether up off the pyramid ledge.
So let's see what he decides to do. Opening it for sure, but will he go in and check anything in there? Because he can check what? Just one chest potentially.
Yeah, it depends if that first chest is a small key or not. If it's not a small key, he can't do much else. But of course, he's going to do Super Buddy and Hookshot Key first, just in case there is a fire rod in there.
Yeah, I don't know if I would try to go into Turtle Rock with no fire rod and plenty of other things to check around it, All right, there's the mitts for Jaybone. Okay, so out of the 3 runners, Zethno was the only one to go to Pyramid Ledge and Catfish the long way without doing Aga. And he's checking the mountain. Oh, no.
Oh, we're going to get a Meyer check here. Okay.
Ooh. Okay, he's heading towards that powder now. Hopefully he'll check the powder and get his hook shot, and that should lead him back on course.
We got double Ether today for Meyer and Turtle Rock.
Okay, so that Ether is super required, but everybody should get that having to do Aga.
Yeah.
Well, everybody has that.
And Zethno finally grabbing the powder off the library, gonna check magic back, get his hook shot. Yay!
Looks like Super Buddy Cave and Hookshot Cave are kind of... Oh, no! There's the mirror. Link to the Pastken being the first to get that mirror.
Yes, spoke too soon, Smart.
I did. I spoke too soon. Wow, that's a really good find for Link to the Pastken.
Oh, absolutely.
And he's doing it. He's taking that TR dip.
There's a rule about TR here. If you're at TR and you can get into TR, you go with the TR. It's the rule. I don't make the rules. That's just how it goes.
Okay. That's the hard rule, huh?
Yes.
You're there, you're in the area, you can go in, just do it.
Yep.
And it's the big key, so not go any further here.
That's fine. That just means that...
Oh, he's going to save him with the mirror.
That means the fire rod is not in TR. That's fine.
Right, that does mean that, and you know that, and you never have to worry about it, so that's good.
Yep.
All right, so Link to the Past Ken just needs to get over to Eastern Palace area and get that the bow and the flute. So where do you think Flippers and Fire Rod are going to be? I think that's all they're missing, right? Overall, like
Yeah. Well, they're the Flippers and Meyer. Okay.
Well, Flippers and Meyer, okay.
So
just
we
Fire Rod.
we have swamp access between our runners right now too. So
Right, yeah, the Flippers in Meyer and the mirror in Hookshot Cave. And it looks like KapteinKOEK's going into Meyer as well. Zethno finally grabbing his hookshot from the powder and making his way over to East Death Mountain. We'll probably see him complete Hera as well, and then do Aga after that.
yeah,
Did you see if he turned the green pendant?
I don't believe so.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because without the mirror, it's kind of like a weird extra check. I mean, he does have the flute though, so I'm wondering if he did or didn't because otherwise, Pod was empty.
Yeah. Checking out the mirror checks here on Ken's side now. Yeah. Cave Celtic Road just having some bombs.
Oh, was Ice Rod also in Meyer? Okay, so Flippers and Ice Rod in Meyer.
Oh,
Okay, I had
okay.
forgotten to mention Ice Rod, by the way. Whoops.
So yeah, we're like a fire rod away from go mode at this point now.
Basically,
from no mode at least.
From no mode, yeah. And we know the Fire Rod can't be in TR, so it's not going to be a trolley TR. So where is this mysterious Fire Rod? Also, while the runners are doing some of the overlapping things here, I just wanted to say, please be sure to give our runners a follow. Zethno, KapteinKOEK, Jaybone25, and Link to the Past Ken, all our mentees who have graduated from mentee school and giving us an entertaining show here with their racing. Please give them a follow. Please also consider giving follows to our crew. Today we have Kaptein1977 as my co-commentator, Amarith as the restreamer, Kaesden and Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna as our trackers. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, big shout outs to everybody involved. Okay.
Nice rail clip there from Jaybone in the mire.
Do you know how to do that?
No.
Okay, I was gonna ask if you know how to do it. Can you explain what you're supposed to do there? I don't know how to do it either.
It's similar to the icebreaker in that it's a door extension glitch. It's all I know. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but it's kind of like that.
Okay. And we do have chat pointing out, thank you, Nitro, Ped is dead. Unfortunately, Skullwoods requires that fire rod.
Yep.
So cannot be the pedestal. So what's the next trolley thing that Pyramid Fairy is also dead?
Yep. So we're gonna look at the Smith chain here on Ken's side. There's the fire rod!
Wow! Ken going to the mirror and the fire rod before anybody else. That's so he just needs to get over to Eastern and follow the rest of the seed, and he's good to go.
He needs to get the Eastern for the bow, and then Meyer for the flippers and the ice rod, and he'll be in go mode.
Indeed. Oh, okay. So this man in chat is explaining that the door extension glitch in Mire, you move 1 pixel into the door, and then you press left and dash at the same time. And that's how you pull off that trick.
Okay. I gotta try that out later.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Okay, so... yeah, it's been a very, very nice seed here.
I mean, the bow and flute location is a little bit annoying. You know, and then the chain of events to get to the mirror is a little bit wonky as well. Like, I think it puts it as a pretty late sphere because you have to get the mushroom, to get the boots, to get the hammer and the powder, to get the hook shot, to get the cave, and then Aga, or to get the lamp, which gives you Aga so that you can get the mitts, to then get the mirror. Like, it's a pretty deep sphere.
Sorry, my head just exploded. Give me a second.
My bad. But yeah, and so the mitts are locking the mitts and hookshot. Well, I guess the hookshot's locking the mitts. So the mitts are locking the mirror and the fire rod.
Yeah.
All right, so we will see because everybody else found those silvers. So if Ken finds, there it is.
There's that bow. Okay.
Okay, this is probably going to lead Ken over. I mean, after he finishes Thieves' Town anyway, it's probably going to lead him over to Eastern Palace.
Yeah.
To do that, and that's where he will get his flute, and hopefully, if he decides to check Saha, also the silvers.
Yeah, he's not in go mode yet. I think he will. So.
And that'll put him on go mode except for flippers and ice rod. So as soon as he gets the Mire, he'll do that and be in go mode. So this means that no pendants were required at all for this seed. The boots and the flute were both potentially relatively early, so not too bad. Kind of a nicer seed, right?
Yeah. It's a lot nicer than what we usually see on the SG Live dailies, but yeah, it's I think they dumbed it down for the mentors here.
Oh no, that's a good point. That's not a thing. That's
not a thing. It's completely random. I didn't mean it. It was a joke.
Yeah, it's fun. Picks and chat mentioning, KapteinKOEK going into Caneless Mire and Caneless Ice. The poor guy, and this is something I brought up earlier,
yeah.
Because he was the only one that did not do Dark Cross. And I was wondering if he would decide to go to these places before checking Dark Cross. And unfortunately, he is. So this is gonna hurt a bit. Depending on if it's cane locked or not. He might be able to finish this dungeon, but it's definitely not the fast way to do it.
Yeah, as long as he gets the Ice Palace bomb jump, he should be fine.
Right. So it's looking like Jaybone is, following in linktothepastken's footsteps here. He got his mirror, which, as long as he does Smith Chain, he'll be in go mode. So our Master Sword representative really showing off the skills here. I mean, he did Mire, got the flippers and ice rod. He just got his mirror now, so
yeah, he's in a good spot right now. Yeah, definitely.
He definitely is. And Link to the Past Ken as well, because he's not going to have to do a lot of these extra things. As long as he gets over to Eastern, which I think he will, and then Mire. So getting over to Eastern, getting over to Mire, then he's in go mode as well. So let's go Fighter Sword and Master Sword brackets.
Yeah.
Showing who's the real bosses, right?
I mean, it just shows you that no matter what bracket you're in, everyone benefited from the tournament here.
Absolutely. That is a very good point to make. We all improved a lot, I think, and it's exactly like you said. And then at the end of the day, Rando is also Rando. there's luck involved. There's just seeds involved. So things happen. And then also a question in chat. The red cane was in Dark Cross, and that is exactly what led. Well, we're not exactly sure if that's what led him to skipping it. He did not have the lamp at the time when he did the backup escape. So that could be why. There was no lamp or fire rod, but...
And also, I believe it was at the Smiths that we found blue mail too, so that's going to help later too.
Right, yeah, Link to the Past Ken having the blue mail there. Well, it depends, you know, like, if, you know, Fire Rod is the go mode for, like, Jaybone, for example, you know,
yeah,
will he?
They might not get it. Yeah,
they might not get it. Wait, was it in Hammer Pegs, or was it in...
Hammer Pegs was the Fire Rod. That was, the blue mail was the Smith specifically.
The Smith. Okay, got it. Okay.
Okay, we're getting our first look at Swamp Palace here on Jaybone's side as well.
And we were talking about KapteinKOEK's situation. You know, he did still find the fire rod. Oh no! Oh wait, no. I was worried he was like, oh, he can full clear TR, but no, he can't, not without Kane. So
right.
But yeah, like in terms of items, he's not, you know, doing too bad there. It's just that mirror, which he has access to, and that Cane of Smercjd, which he also has access. It's just, you know, when he decides to do that card, was it something he forgot to do, or was it just something he is just putting off till later? Also, here is Zethno getting his mitts after all of that. So, joining the rest with the mitts there. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm just saying, I don't know if your mentors explained this to you, but usually if you have a pendant or a crystal dungeon to complete and it's completable, you complete it because that's what you want to do. That's what the name of the game is. You have to get all the crystals. So I believe that's what they're doing right now. They're trying to get through all the crystals they can right now. Hopefully they find something along the way, but you see Ken picking up their gold sword.
Yep. So and that's you know, the what is it all about crystal dungeons, ABCD. A lot of mentors did really drive that home, and I think this seed is a great example. Though, like I said before, a lot of things were overworld. I think we had Mire and Eastern were the only crystal dungeons that really had a lot of substance in terms of progressive items.
Yeah.
And to answer the question in chat, it looks like Ken got off script on the blind thing there. So, oh, okay. So maybe he hasn't, you know, done the blind script, the traditional one that you see a lot of people do. You know, having that Cane of Burna in hand, you know, it's something that you know you can do with just the Cane of Burna. So that could be what he was thinking there.
Yeah.
All right, down goes Colts there for KapteinKOEK. Let's see where he goes now. Hopefully Dark Cross. But he might go Dark Death Fountain first. Looks kind of like that's where he's going.
Yeah, if KapteinKOEK goes to Dark Cross, that's go mode for him as well. Yeah. After Dark Death Mountain, if he does Dark Cross, he's in go mode and not in as bad shape as it could have looked. It's just how long. It's interesting. All of our runners are kind of missing different things, right? Yeah.
KOEK is missing that Cane of Samaria. Well, I guess Zethno and Jaybone are just missing the Fire Rod. Well, Zethno depends on when he goes up to the mountain too to get the mirror.
Right.
And Link to the Past Ken is just missing. Actually, Link to the Past Ken, he's in Crystal Dungeon go mode. Like, if he goes to Eastern and then Mire, he's good to go.
Yep.
So
And looks
I'm
like he, fortunately, going to be dipping Pendant Skull here.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I wonder like what his decision here is. I wonder if it's because, without the flute, you know, he has to walk all the way over there. Um, I wonder if it's something like that. Because after getting that bow and having the lamp, I know Eastern is one of the first things I would like to go do.
Yeah.
And what I might do is, go over to Pod, check Saha on the way, and then mirror into Eastern. And, after finding the flute there, then I would decide, do I want to still do Pod looking for the flippers and Ice Rod, or do I want to go elsewhere?
I think finding that fire rod kind of
Leading over to...
Yeah. But like you said, you have the bow, you have the lamp, you have everything you need to be Eastern. That is a crystal. You should be focusing on that first, but what can you do?
Right. Yeah, I mean, in his shoes, he can beat Eastern, he can beat Meyer, he can beat Ice Palace. At this point, I would be just going straight to those crystals. That's a lot of crystals you can beat.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Down goes Arcus for Jaybone. Not going to find his fire rod here, unfortunately. Oh, we got a mirror bonk there from KapteinKOEK.
It looks like KapteinKOEK is gonna headed the swamp here as well.
He's going to be searching for that cane for a while until he makes it to Dark Cross, because he's got... I mean,
he was right there at the castle.
I know. So close. But, what's interesting, though, we're saying, Ken has these crystal dungeons he can complete, right? But that's the same thing in KapteinKOEK's mind, right? He can complete Ice Palace, he can complete Swamp Palace, so, might as well do those. Because the cane could just be in there, right? So...
Yeah.
So he's probably gonna full clear Swamp Palace looking for that cane, and then we'll see what he decides to do for that cane. And then for Zethno, all he's looking for now is the Fire Rod and the Mirror, and he just beat Meyer, so we'll see where he goes. He can't do Ice, not without Bombos or Fire Rod. Oh, did linktothepastken just get Bombos from...
Yes, he did.
Ocula? Okay, so... Bombos locks behind the Fire Rod. Unfortunately, not required, but I wonder if that'll push him over to Ice Palace, at least? Still hoping he goes to Eastern first. Or Meyer. Because he hasn't checked...
Oh, he's got to go to
Meyer
Eastern
Shed
first to get the flute.
Oh, right, yeah. Has to be... Yeah, I was about to say, he hasn't checked Meyer Shed, but that's because no flute. Alright, so Zethno was the last one to go through Aga, and considerably later than some of our other runners. But depending on what he decides to do, it's like Ice. Wait, he can't do Ice. Oh,
he's doing
the flippers, yeah, Hobo.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought he already did this, but I guess not.
See, Jaybone is headed into Desert Palace here now too. Still looking for that fire rod.
Yeah. Fire Rod's being challenging. Looks like, yeah, Jaybone in Desert, Link to the Pastken in Skullwoods. Zethno looks like he's going to be getting his mirror here soon. He's heading up the mountain. So
yeah, we got a race here.
we definitely got a race.
There is no clear who's ahead, who's behind here. It's just whoever finds their item that they need first.
Yeah, unfortunately for Link to the Pastken, I think he could have had a really big lead if he had just found it. If he had just skipped Skull Woods, you know. I think this is definitely costing him some time, but looks like he's done with it now. Let's see where he goes. And did you see the ice rod? Was that in? I know it was in Meyer, but which? Do you remember which chest it was?
I don't remember which chest now.
Okay. You know, I just thought of something. We know that Pet is dead, right?
Yeah.
But we don't know that it's dead for Link to the Pastken. So maybe that was his thought when going to Skull Woods. You know, because we know that Fire Rod was all that was left for some of our other runners, but he found the Fire Rod before some of the other things. You know, it could be the Ice Rod, it could be the Flippers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe he's like, well, I'm here in this area. It could even be the flute. So
it is true.
He may be thinking, I'm in this area, I better check it and might as well do it. And if Pet is a thing, then he'll have that.
Okay, it looks like he's gonna check Saha Hut here. He's gonna find those silver arrows.
Good,
so
good. And I can't imagine him not doing Eastern here.
Yeah.
So I just wonder if he'll also do Pod, looking for the Flippers and the Ice Rod.
You know, you're right there. I believe he will. We know
it's one of those
not
things, right?
Yeah, we know it's not the answer. But he doesn't know that. So I think, yeah, he's gonna. Looks like he's gonna at least open it up. But if he does like Eastern first and finds the flute, maybe that'll draw him away from Pod. But we'll see.
Okay. Oh, I was wondering if Zethno was going to go up for Smiths here, but doesn't look like it.
And Ken is going to do Eastern Palace first, so we'll see.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I like to do Eastern before Pot as well. First off, in this case, it's a crystal versus a dungeon. Mm-hmm. And the other reason I like to do Eastern first is because you kind of replenish arrows when you're doing Pod. So it's kind of nice to do Eastern first so you don't have to worry about arrows later.
Oh, we're going to see it here.
Jaybone?
This
is go mode for Jaybone? Yes, it is. We've got go mode 11620 for Jaybone 25.
Very nice. Very nice.
The first of our runners to hit go mode. I think he's going to go ahead and just turn in the Smiths here just because he's here and to get rid of the Smiths. So he'll get his blue mail as well. And,
yep.
Well, actually, will he? He won't! Oh no! Just go in! Just get it, Jaybone! No!
10 rupees, man. 10 rupees.
No,
come on.
Yeah. You know what though?
He still has him with him?
Oh no, he didn't go in far enough. He didn't go in far enough. Oh no.
Oh wait, he's going back.
Well, he does. He has to drop him off. I wonder if he'll check it now though. But to be honest though, our mentors would agree with him. You don't need to go back in. You're go mode.
Yeah.
Don't spend the time going back in to get whatever is behind the smiths. So as much as we wanted to get that blue mail, you know, he's making the right play by not going back in for that.
Yeah, and there you go.
All right. And all he has left is Ice Palace and TR. And we'll see. This is, at this point, it is his race to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, good point there, uplifting Chafe. He used the Samaria block to skip over that mirror. Something I didn't know to do for a very long time. So.
Mm-hmm. KapteinKOEK picking up his fire rod as well. Now he just needs to get back to the Dark Cross sometime.
Just that Kana Samaria? Oh no. Alright, Link to the Pastken has his flute. All Link to the Pastken needs to do is hit Meyer, and he is in go mode as well. So hopefully he'll skip pod, but like you said, being right there, it's one of those things, you know. We will not get our Smith Ganon fight today. That's funny you mentioned this Buddhist man. Buddhist man in chat mentioning no Smith Ganon fight. Earlier, we were watching a match and somebody was fighting Cold Stare with the Smith.
Oh.
I don't know if it's possible in a normal game. It was a cross keys seed, so it might have been unique to cross keys. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure, but I always forget where you can take the Smiths. So it was pretty neat to see, though.
Come on, KapteinKOEK, just go Dark Cross. You're making the captains look bad here.
Not representing the captains. He's representing Tempered Sword, right?
That's right.
We were both fighter bracket. We were linked to the past to get this, right?
That's right.
Also, I don't know if I can say this too much, but Zethno is my league teammate, so I should be rooting for him as well. I'm rooting for everybody here.
We're rooting for everybody here. We want everyone to do well. We don't want to see any kind of bad play in here.
Yeah, no last locations. We're hoping nobody last locates anything. Wait. Oh, okay. So KapteinKOEK already did this area, but not with the mirrors. So.
Ken saved and quit after Easter, and he's going to Meyer.
Oh, is he going to Meyer? He's going to activate the flute. Oh gosh, go to Meyer, Ken. Go to Meyer. Go to Meyer.
This would be a good play by Ken here as long as
Absolutely. I mean, he can't go to Swamp, right? And he knows that Ice is out of logic without the flippers.
I think you would. If it were me, I would go to Meyer and get the information that I need.
If you absolutely go to Meyer, yeah, I agree.
Let's just
wait. I think he maybe was like, wait, why am I going into the Dark World? So maybe he just realized.
It's okay, he's got the flute.
Yeah, he's got the mirror, he's got the flute. Oh, nope.
And he is...
Where are you going? Where are you going? Ken! Go back!
Is he coming up in purple chest?
Okay, maybe he's, like you said, grabbing the purple chest, then activating the flute? And turning it in. And then from there, he'll probably go to my area. Meanwhile, Jaybone finished off Ice Palace, and he's headed up to TR now. So this is his last Crystal Dungeon.
Okay.
And we have both KOEK and Zethno in Desert right now, looking for their respective final items, the Fire Rod and Cane of Samaria. We know neither of those items are here, but to them, it could be anywhere. So this check is just as good as any other.
Okay, yep, and that's what Ken was doing. He wants to grab the purple chest, and
okay, I like it. I mean, he gets it. If the flippers are here, he can go directly into swamp. And with the flute activated, this is not. This is a good thought play here. He's not orphaning that chest. You know what I mean? Like, very smart, very smart.
And he is going to Mire.
And he's going to Mire as long as I can't remember which chest the items were in, but as long as he full clears Mire, or clears it enough to get both of those items, he is in go mode as well.
Okay, he's going to check the Mire shed first here. Makes sense.
Absolutely.
Pretty quick. It's pretty quick.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, honestly, I would probably end up checking Mire's Shed and Checkerboard Cave before going into Mire. But we'll see what he decides to do here. I know a lot of people like to do Mire's Shed, then Mire, then Checkerboard Cave.
And yeah, he's just going to go right to the Mire.
Yeah, so good call on his part.
As Jaybone enters his final crystal dungeon here at Turtle Rock.
We'll see if the big key is truly in here. Oh, wait, no, we know where the big key is. It was the first one. So he will be able to steal the Poke Key, not have to do Lava Chest. The only thing that is potentially a little rough for Jaybone, I don't know where he got the half magic.
I missed that too.
Was it Cold Stare? It had to have been an Ice Palace, right? Because KapteinKOEK has it as well. There he is. KOEK got his Cane of Samaria.
Oh,
he did Dark Cross. He is in go mode as well. Right.
And
he's already done Mire.
Special raid from Reticle Sniper 99. Welcome to the. How you doing? Welcome in. We are doing the SG Live Daily Open 7-7 here on Gomo Podcast, featuring racers from the Mentor Tournament. We had just entered Gomo for most of our streamers here today.
Thank you for pointing that out, Kaptein1977, and welcoming our raiders and getting them up to date to where we are right now. So, very good call on your part. All right. But yeah, as I was saying before, I think the only thing that could be a little rough for Jaybone is he's only on the green mail. That could be risky business. But so is KapteinKOEK. So unless they find another mail upgrade, in either a required check in TR or GT, they're going to be on green mail for the Ganon fight.
Okay.
All right, link to the Pastken. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say he has his flippers. Just going to find that fire rod, or ice rod now. And he'll be in go mode. So.
Okay, so. Oh, is this Zethno going to the Smiths? This could be Zethno going to the Smiths, and if that's the case, we will be getting a go mode from Zethno as well. Okay, there's the big key. So the big key was in lobby chest. For Mire. And it looks like he is going through. My concern was like if Link to the Pastken decides to just.
Okay, there's the ice rod.
There it is. Okay, so it was in that's the compass chest, or I can never remember what chest that is. The name of it. All right, Link to the Pastken is in go mode. He is the third to be in go mode out of our restream racers today. Zethno decided to go to the North Dark World checks first. Hopefully he'll come back around and go to the Smiths sooner than later because the Fire Rod is in the Hammer Bags. And while that's all happening, we have Jaybone here, got his key. He's heading to the back of TR, about to fight Trinix. And not just yet, but after he beats Trinix, we're going to play a game. Kaptein1977, if you would like to explain that game once Trinix is down, you're more than welcome to be my guest for that.
All right. I will explain it as soon as he's double Trinix here. Which should be about 30 seconds, roughly.
And real quick, just to update everybody on Speed Gaming Daily, I'm looking over and we've got everybody over there on Go mode except for one. So looks like one person is just finishing their Trinix fight right now. So they are... Jaybone is just behind that person. And it's funny because it's the other Master Sword bracket player. So you have both Master Sword bracket players, the first to finish Trinix and to... Oh, wait, no, I said that wrong. The other Master Sword bracket player has Swamp Palace to clear now as well, so...
Oh, well.
So it looks like Jaybone is in the lead of all of our 8 mentees.
Wait,
that's incorrect too. I just noticed Nash Sutter is in GT. Never mind.
Oh,
okay, so take it away. Take the game away.
All right. Well, 7 crystals down. We are on our way to Ganon's Tower. 22 checks where that big key could be. If you'd like to take a guess, go ahead and put your guesses in chat now. 1 through 22 to figure out where that key will be. If you win a whole pound of cottage cheese.
Interesting.
I mean, who doesn't like cottage cheese? I mean, come on.
I mean, I like cottage cheese.
Yeah. What do you think is the big key is going to be today?
Ooh, thank you for asking. I am going to guess 12. No, yeah, 12. I'm going to stick with 12. How about you?
Well, I'm a 7-11 man, so I'll say 7 today.
Ooh, going with 7. Uplifting Chafe in chat saying he very much, they very much do not like cottage cheese. Wow. So,
okay, well,
1 and 2, and Jaybone is going right. Looks like he found 2 small keys there, and taking that information and going to the compass room. Meanwhile, KapteinKOEK is going through TR right now, getting his big key here soon. And Zethno did find his fire rod, made it to the smiths. All he has to do is go mode Ice Palace and then make his way over to Turtle Rock as well. linktothepastken got his go mode in Mire. He's just got to finish. He's got to go mode Swamp Palace, then Ice Palace, and then Turtle Rock. Oh, yeah. Thanks for pointing that out. Jaybone barely missed that last torch and had to do the torches in GT a second time. You know, that's a nice blue potion bottle there. So even though the big key was not on this side, it's nice to have that little extra safety. I don't know if he went to the potion shop to restock. So there was a free restock right there.
Yep, still at Green Mill. So probably glad to see that.
Mm-hmm. And with the powder, it's also nice. Powder and half magic.
All right, here's 7 on the torch. Oh, I'm wrong.
It wasn't 7. So for those who guessed 5, 6, and 7, unfortunately, it is not it today. All right, this will be what? 8, 9, 10, and 11. 8 was bombs. 9 was 5 rupees. 10 is the big key. Okay, so big key game number 10.
All right. We'll give it to Boo this fan since he guessed 9. How about that?
Okay, I mean, Kaesden guessed 11, so they're both only 1 away, but if you go by Price is Right rules, it's whoever gets closest that's still beneath the number.
And I do.
Aha, okay, you're a Price is Right player.
Yes. All right, so we're time to make our way up through the gauntlet of GT. Got gold sword, you got silver. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. As I say that, he gets hit by one of the red mimics.
I mean, it's a thing. All right, Jaybone making his way up. Clearly, Penguin wins. Penguin jumping into chat to tune in. Normally, if you don't know this about Irritable Penguin, he guesses either 10 or 17. So he's making the point.
Well,
but the thing is, we don't know. What would have been his guess today? Would it have been 10? It could have been 17.
could have been.
All right, looks like linktothepastken is not doing the diver down here. I don't know if that's a trick he's gotten down just yet, so... Oh, I mean, he's skipping those chests anyway, so good on him.
Yeah, don't really need anything else. You got pretty much...
He's got the pack, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know where Half Magic was, though, because Zethno does not have it. And it was before Turtle Rock, so it doesn't look like he's going to get it. I just don't remember where it was. Ooh, thank you to our tracker Kaesden for pointing out that you have to guess to win. All right, down goes Landmo 2 for Jaybone. Zethno making the mountain climb up to TR. And KOEK heading over to fight Trinex shortly. Meanwhile, Ken, he's still got to do, he's about to beat Argus here, and then he's got to do Ice Palace. So, regardless of how it turns out, these were all very, very close. I think, you know, the only thing I think Ken could have saved a lot of time was if he had just not done Skull Woods when he was there. I understand his reasoning behind it, but I think that cost him a good 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, if you fast forward him 10 minutes, you know, I think he would have been done with Ice Palace and probably finishing up Turtle Rock as well. So he would be right there with Zethno and KapteinKOEK, I think.
Okay, we're moving on to near the top of GT now.
All right, and we do have our first winner of the 8 restreamed mentees. That's going to Nash Souter, who is a Tempered Sword bracket. I think he's actually the Tempered Sword bracket champion.
He was, yep.
So representing today, and he got a time of 1:34.26.
Very nice.
Let me see. Is he our first mentor or mentee that's done on the race overall? Because there were other mentees involved as well.
Yeah, it looks like it is, yes.
I think he is. He is the very first of our mentees involved today, restreamed or not, to finish. So GG's to Nash Souter there. And Jaybone is right behind him. I mean, he is in the Agatu fight. All he has to do after this is the giant pig, and he is looking to take second place out of our mentees today. On the other side of things, we have Arcturus Chusky. He's in GT right now. And we have the other two in TR, though it looks like one of our other runners, Legendary Moon, I guess she skipped the Ice Rod chest in Meyer. So she's going to TR right now, but she's going to have to go back and hunt for that Ice Rod. Yeah, that's a rough one. What bracket is each runner restreamed here from? So starting at the bottom right, we have Linktothepastken, who is from Fighter Sword bracket. Jaybone25, who is in the Master Sword bracket. And then, unfortunately, we were not able to find 2 Gold Sword bracket players, so we have both KapteinKOEK and Zethno from the Tempered Sword brackets. We're on the other restream on Speed Gaming Daily 5. We have Golfer Bolts from Gold Sword bracket, Nash Souter from Tempered Sword, Arcturus Chusky from Master Sword, and Legendary Moon from Fighter Sword. Both myself and Kaptein1977 were also Fighter Sword bracket mentees who were considering playing today, but we wanted to come and help out with that, so here we are. Oh no! Looks like Ganon sat on Jaybone, and on Green Mail, that hurts. I think it's 8 hearts of damage.
8 hearts from a Ganon hug on Green Mail.
Not fun at all, and no cape either. So, he's got to do this either with Burna or Hook Shot to avoid taking hits from Ganon here, or just excellent dodging skills. He's far enough ahead of the restreamed racers today that it shouldn't cost him. But I feel for him. I definitely understand. You're gonna have to use it. Either that or Burna. Just use Burna.
Yep.
I know a lot of people don't like to use Burna here on this fight because it really lags the game a lot.
Yeah.
But lagging is still faster than a death. Yes, use the Burna. Oh goodness.
There you go.
You have silvers. You're not gonna need that much magic. You're safe. Get him to that phase 3 and things are good to go. There he is. Okay, he's in phase 3 of Ganon. He should be good from here. Good call on pulling out that Cane of Burna. I know the ideal is, to not even have to use it at all, but we'll all get there. We'll all get there. Boo this man in chat. Free hugging? It's exactly what happened.
I don't mind hugs, but when they hurt, I kind of mind them.
Right? Yeah. I don't know if I want a hug from a giant pig that looks more like a wrestling move when he sits on you.
Okay, right. One more arrow should do it.
One more arrow. Here we go.
There
Down goes the pig. Get your GGs in chat for Jaybone25, representing the Master Sword bracket from the Mentor Tournament. GGs to Jaybone25.
Well played, Seed, today.
He is the first on our restream to cross that finish line, and the second out of the 8 being restreamed in the out of the mentees. Overall in the race, he is number 14. So GG's once again to Jaybone25.
Yeah, there was 29 people in this race overall, and I'm not all of them from the Mentor Tournament, but
right.
A lot of them were.
Now that I think about it, it might actually be just the 8 that are being restreamed that are from the Mentor Tournament. I don't know if everybody made it in time.
I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it now and I'm like, actually, I think it's just the 8. So we got our 8 runners. I know there's mentors involved in there as well and other people that were involved in the Mentor Tournament, but as strictly mentees, it's just the 8 that are being restreamed.
But we are joined now in the booth by our restream winner, Jaybone. GG's.
Hey, Jaybone, GG's.
2 really bad deaths, but whatever.
We saw that. We were like, okay, he's good. He's got time. The other person in GT right now is just starting to climb. So.
Well, it didn't help that I got bounced from a bat into Ganon into another bat. So.
Yeah. The bouncing is. Ugh. So, what did you think about the seed overall?
I think I routed it pretty well. I made one major mistake. I probably should have, knowing where mitts were, I probably should have tried to avoid outcasts until I could not orphan the Smiths and hammer pegs, but
Yeah, that one. Go ahead.
I said it happens.
It happens. It does. And that one was one that the seed kind of lent itself to do that anyway. I think the majority of our restreamed runners did exactly that. They ended up orphaning the Smith. I think Link to the Pastken was the only one who didn't. He went straight for those myths, and he got the mirror and the fire rod before everyone actually. So.
Yeah, it also didn't help that I kind of thought desert was a crystal. So
Oh no, we saw you go in there and we were like, oh, well, this check is just as good as Smith's, I guess, so.
no, it was a mistake.
Oh,
I would have
goodness.
been in pod before that.
Right. Pending pot. Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, the pendants didn't really have anything for us today anyway, so.
Maybe
Yeah.
upgrades, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Zethno full cleared pod.
Oh no.
Found nothing in there.
Mm-hmm.
You, by the way, Jaybone, representing for that Master Sword bracket, you were the first to finish on the restream today. And out of all our 8 mentees who are all got restreamed, you were the second one to finish. Nash Souter got first place. He's a Tempered Sword bracket champion. He finished first today out of the 8. So well done, representing the Master Sword, beating a Gold Sword member and 2 Tempered Sword members as well.
Yeah, I mean, I worked with Cross Keys with Allison a couple weeks ago, so that fake flipper from up to the potion shop kind of did that. Otherwise, that's really hard to get to.
Clutch play there. Early check on that mushroom, giving you those boots. And you followed it well, too. That was one of the things with Zethno is, after he got that mushroom, he didn't go get the powder. He just moved right along. And getting that powder and that hook shot were pretty key to this one.
Getting that Smercjd and Dark Cross, too, which KapteinKOEK missed for a long time, unfortunately. And
the other one.
Just having the knowledge of how to do the dark room there, it's just shows how much we have all grown since the tournament has started.
Yeah.
So
and Dark Cross is actually the one dark room I knew how to do before the tournament.
That was just what I was going to ask. It was like, did you know that? Is that something you learned?
Yeah,
so,
I mean, I started playing multi-world, so like knowing at least some dark rooms helped. But
gotcha.
I mean, I didn't know that setup hitting the torches to like find the chest. I kind of just yellowed it before the tournament.
Okay, gotcha. All right, and now we have KapteinKOEK finishing up here. He is the second on our restream to finish. Get your GGs in chat for KapteinKOEK. And he is the third of our restreamed runners, of our mentees to finish today. GGs to KapteinKOEK.
GGs. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it hits you and got an hour 10. But
right, yeah. Well, I mean,
I guess I do. You don't orphan Smiths and you do the kind of route where you peek lumberjack right away.
Well,
it just kind of goes together.
We were bringing this up that we've been taught if you can do a crystal dungeon, do the crystal dungeon first. So you just hope you find something inside that crystal dungeon. But yeah, a lot of the items were in the overworld today, so it's just how it goes.
They really were. And it was one of those things where it's like, do you choose to do an overworld check or do you do a pendant dungeon? Like after you've exhausted your crystal dungeons, what do you choose to do? In this particular seed, the overworld was the way to go, In fact, only Eastern and Meyer had progression as far as crystal dungeons were concerned. Everything else was in overworld. So
yeah, Meyer having both flippers and the ice rod. And Eastern having the flute, of course.
Yeah, I mean, that was a nice Meyer. I mean, I figured once I had mids, I was going to go check the pendant and figured there's no reason not to go in.
Yeah.
All right. Down goes Trolldorm 2 for Zethno. Crossing over to the validation chest, deciding to skip it, not validating the run.
I did it just for the hell of it. Why not?
It's validation chest. You got.
I mean,
right?
we're joined now by the second place on the Restream today, KapteinKOEK. Captain.
Hey, welcome, KapteinKOEK. GG's.
GG's. GG Jaybone.
Yeah, GG's.
All right. It looks like you were the second place finisher today of our restream and the fourth place finisher of our 8 restreamed mentees today. So what did you think about the seed?
Well, I think the seed was a lot of fun, except for the fact that I left Redcane in the Dark Cross for a whole long time.
Yeah.
And the most annoying thing, obviously, is I thought about going to grab the chest when I dropped down to the back of Escape. And then I went to do Aghanim. I thought, I don't have the mirror, so I have a lot of health and it takes a long time to respawn, so let's not do that check. If I had mirror then, I would have done that, but that's the only thing I regret. But otherwise, I think it went fine.
Yeah. I felt like it was a pretty good seed. It definitely showcased everything that we had learned so far coming through the Mentor Tournament. And, I think it was a lot of fun, and just like give a quick shout out to our Restreamer for putting this on today for us and giving us a chance to see what we have learned here. So,
I mean, shout out to Smercjd too for actually putting it together. Because I'm pretty sure you were the one who suggested it.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me blush.
Also,
no, this is about you guys. GG's, you guys are putting on the show. You guys are the racers. You guys are kicking butt today. And yeah, so like you were saying, KOEK, that Canis Maria, absolutely. You were, I think, of the Restream runners today, you were the only one who didn't do that one. So we were like, go back.
Yeah, I just, like, the only good thing was that I knew that my item wouldn't be in Trailer Rock, but, like, I think you saw me climb the mountain one time because I was just hoping and praying that I would just find the Canis Mario over there, and then, everyone has to double climb the mountain to do, grab the cane, go back to Mire. But it was just... a lot of stuff were pointing towards certain things. I think my early Mire dip was fine. We got flippers and ice rod from there, but it's just the last check. I like the cane wasn't going my way, but I think otherwise, I felt like the scene was pretty good. Like I did a couple of offbeat checks, especially the hammer packs one, and that one paid off big time because it has a hook shot. That was really good. So, I mean, not going to Dark Cross, it's a mistake, but I do have to say one thing I'm really happy about, and it's something I keep on saying. Don't do pen pod.
Don't worry, I did Pendant Desert because I mismarked it.
And we are joined. Nice. Sorry, we are joined by Zethno here as well. Sorry, I just wanted to welcome Zethno. GG's. Welcome to the chat.
Hi. GG.
GG's.
I hear someone else did Pendant Desert, but
I sure did.
There we go.
I did it on purpose.
Mine was not on purpose, I promise that.
I was looking for Fire Rod.
Yeah, I was looking for Fire Rod, but I had it marked as a crystal, so I went in there before I started, like, searching.
Oh.
And then it was a pendant, so I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna go clean up some of these, like, smith chain stuff. Ran into the Fire Rod, and then it was over, but...
Oh, yeah, because the Fire Rod was on the... that was in Hammer Pack. I forgot where
Hookshot
was, but I think it was in an awkward spot.
Hookshot was on Magic Path.
Oh, yeah, that's one. That's one check.
Yeah, that took a little bit, too.
I followed the booch right there, knowing it was there. I got the bottle. I'm like, well, before I go to Dark World, let's clear these up. So that's how I ran into it.
Where was Hammer? Because I don't remember where Dark World access was.
The Bunk Rocks.
Bunk Rocks, yep.
See, I just took it directly into Dark World, and that ended poorly. I also full cleared pod.
Yeah.
I don't know
we
if
were
anyone
talking
else
about
did.
that.
Never touched
Nope.
it.
Never touched it.
So
Yeah.
that
Out of our
dark pod on top of that. So that took a little bit of my time. I was thinking my mitts access is my lamp because I knew where the mitts were. So I was like, okay, so pod's going to be in logic soon, and even the mitts don't give me that much more to check, so I'm on this side of the world, let me clear pod. It would have worked if anything was in pendant pod.
I kind of had a similar plan, except for I ended up what was in Eastern? I ended up finding something there, and then
Flute.
oh yeah, and then I just followed the flute at that point.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I did as well.
Because I got the lamp out of logic. I did old man out of logic. And then I'm like, well, I guess flute's my access up here. And once I found flute, I'm like, okay, it's time to go to Aga. And then I wanted to take that into Meyer.
Yeah.
Oh, so we had a completely different one because I followed the bow directly into Eastern after I did my initial overworld clear. I went over to Sahazat, found the bow, and said, okay, well, I'll finish Eastern and then see where I go. So I already had that.
Yeah, that bow was my silvers.
Oh, that's pretty funny. Yeah, I also
There was some
an early Eastern routing, and then I found flute early and was like, yeah, this is a good check.
Yeah, with
But I
the
thought
bow, other bow being in Village of Broadcast are kind of, so.
That probably would have helped me if that bow was somewhere dumb instead of right there.
Yeah, I don't like doing Sasha's Hut without the ability to do Eastern when it's a crystal, so I try to avoid it. Just personal things, I guess.
I do too. I mean, I generally avoid it, but it was like my tracker basically had that, or like Agina, or some other one-off location. Dark out of logic ascent, and like that was it.
Yeah. I mean, like I was telling them before you guys joined, I fake flippered as soon as I got the mushroom up to the hut, since I've been playing some cross keys, so got immediate boots pretty much.
Yeah, you did that before your South Shore, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I did dam, and then I did dam, and then I went up and did that fake flipper.
That's right.
That's good. I don't know how to do that fake flipper yet, so I just did South Shore, and then when I found a flute, obviously I could easily deliver the mushroom, and didn't have to save scum.
I figured it was a decent play, just because if there was something there that was big, it gave me a pretty big advantage.
Yeah.
That's also how I approached my seed. Sometimes I did really like offbeat checks just to think, maybe people don't check this, and then sometimes it didn't pay off. Like I think I did an early random spike cave check because I just ran across a couple of items that thought, oh yeah, spike cave, why not? Only had a piece of heart. But then I think I did the hammer pack thing and found fire rod. So yeah,
I was actually about to do spike cave when I found mirror, and then I just took the mirror to swamp.
So I have a question. I realized like 80% of the way through the race that I had never checked it. What was on Floating Island?
It was nothing.
I think.
Okay.
I don't remember, but
Just because I realized when I was in like swamp that I hadn't even looked, and it was like, oh crap, I've been there twice.
Yeah, it always feels bad when you like go over there in that area and you're like, oh gosh, I didn't check the floating island. What?
Yeah, that always sucks. I had a seed, I think, last week or something, and I just forgot to check one of the 3 Village of Outcast checks. Just completely forgot about it, and in the end, it had a progressive item I needed. Yeah, it just feels bad.
It happens though. Part of rando.
Oh no, unfortunately Link to the Pastken taking a death here in Ganon's Tower, but he has a fairy, so he's safe for now. He gets to continue. Just a quick update to everybody here. So Zethno finished 3rd on the restream, and I believe 6th overall out of our 8 mentees. And over on the other side, on Speed Gaming 5, Legendary Moon just finished with a time of 156.11. She is the 7th place finisher out of our mentees today. And we have linktothepastken, who is doing the GT climb right now. And something that's really interesting, I think you guys might think is interesting, is both linktothepastken and Legendary Moon. They both had really great early game routing that gave them some things that like you guys weren't able to find, like the Fire Rod, which happened to be like most of your go mode except for KOEK, which was Kane of Smercjd. And as well as a couple of the others on the restreams on the Speed Gaming 5. So, they made a couple of other choices that I've dropped them back behind. Link to the Pastken, for example, he was basically Eastern Palace and Mire away from Go mode, but he decided to go ahead and check Skull Woods, and that cost him a good 10, maybe more minutes. So he would have been finishing up Trinex, like I think first out of Restream if it weren't for that. So that was really cool, to see how everybody was just routing and the differences you guys decided to make in your routing decisions.
I think the main difference is that a lot of the items were in overworld, but everyone but Link to the Pastken was doing dungeons and completing dungeons, and that's kind of what made the difference here, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Always be clear in dungeons.
Yep, always be clearing dungeons. All about crystal dungeons. ABCD. Yep.
Yeah, I did think like if Kane of Smercjd was available a bit early, I really hope that the viewers would at least see a couple of cool Smercjd tricks, because I did Ice Palace bomb jump without a Kane, Smercjd icebreaker. I didn't want to risk making a fool out of myself trying to bomb jump in the diver down, because I haven't trained that for a while. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't work, you just look like a fool, and then you run out of bombs, and then you have to go back.
Yeah, that one's a risky one.
Yeah,
It's okay.
but-
I tried to hook Speed Harapot and I couldn't get it, so I gave up and used a bomb.
Yeah, we saw that. We saw that.
I did use the hook speed, but I was also I think because of the Philip pot, I think that method is just way faster and very reliable.
But anyways, I need to go get food since I haven't eaten. So thanks for the restream. Thanks for the comms and all the volunteers.
All right.
Volunteers
GG, see you, man.
Yeah, thank you,
and-
Jaybone and GG's for showing up and representing that Master Sword bracket, getting first today out of the R4 Restream Racers. GG's again.
Yeah, thank you. And GG's everyone. And see
GGs.
everyone whenever.
Have a good one.
Yeah, I think I'll also head out. It's 1:30 a.m.
Oh gosh, right.
Oh,
It's really late for you.
It's early. Come on, it's early.
Well, big thank you to you, KapteinKOEK, for joining us and being a volunteer for restreaming when it's so late for you over there. I really appreciate that. It was you put on a great show today. Better luck with Kane of Smercjd in the future.
It always has to be one item.
It's always something, right?
Yeah. Thank you very much. I think it was a lot of fun. I think you guys also did a really good job setting everything up, and I had a blast. So I'll probably see you guys in the next run, maybe ladder, maybe something else. So
Hopefully.
thank you very much.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank
All right.
you.
See you.
GG's.
GG.
GG's.
All right, and we got Link to the Pastken here going into working on Aga 2. You gonna be able to hang out with us for a bit, Zethno?
Sure, I can stick around.
All right. Hopefully, after he's done with Ganon, he'll be able to join. You guys can talk over a bit of your decisions there. But absolutely, GG's to you. Yeah, we were rooting for you. We were rooting for everybody, to be honest. But we were like, oh no, go back, go back. Because when you went to the Dark World, and then you decided to go North Dark World, I was like, no, go back down.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that was the intent. I just, you mean at the end, right?
Yeah, at the end. At the end.
Yeah, I mean, the reason I did north first is because it let me clear it out, and then I wouldn't have to come back. Like there was no good way to get back there down the road, so it's in the dark world. I figured I'd do it first and then run over to the south.
Oh
And
yeah, it absolutely makes sense. Your decisions, they all made sense. Don't get me wrong. Like actually, the biggest thing that probably set you back was, you know, like basically everybody else went straight for that powder. Like after they got boots, they got the hammer and bonk rocks and went straight for the powder. And after they got powder, most people went straight for the powder check and got hook shot. So I think you're the only one that didn't do that.
you know,
yeah.
I saw it. I saw it being, but I saw it as one check, and I was like, you know, let's try something else. Let's get there's a lot more checks in the dark world. They are just as in logic as the powders. So I figured with well, I only got one item out of Skull Woods, but there was one item out of Skull Woods. I was getting 4 items out of Thieves Town, 3 in Village of Outcast. There's 5 in Hype Cave, 1 on Stumpy. I was going, you know, in that progression has to be there somewhere, right?
Yeah, like I said, everything you did, it made sense. I'm just saying that it was just unfortunate that it didn't work out that way. I think most people routed the powder and the powder check, the magic bat, right before going into the Village of Outcasts dark world. You know, like kind of combining, checking those things when going in there. But I think you did, because you started from north and went south, right? And you ended up at Hyde Cave, and then you went into Pot afterwards.
Yes, which first of all, I felt bad about doing the moment I did it. Because I was like, no.
Why so?
Sorry?
Why so? I thought it was a good. Oh, a link to the past is in the green room. Will be joining us shortly here. GGs, everybody get your GGs in chat for a link to the past Ken. We finished 8th place out of our restream today. Not last place overall. He beat 2 people today in the overall race. So GG's to you. Link to the past Ken. And we are joined by him today in the channel. GG's.
Yeah, that scene was just bad. Was Blind supposed to do that? Because it was glitching into the wall.
You were doing really well actually. You had the fire rod in the mirror before everybody else. You were just missing a couple of things. Flute, the flippers, and the ice rod, and they were both in crystal dungeons. So if you go back and watch the restream, I think you'll see Kaptein and I talking about you know, I think if at the point at which you had that, if you had just stuck to crystal dungeons, I think you would have had a really good shot at saving yourself a good, 10, 15 minutes there. I think you ended up checking the Skull Woods, and it made sense. Don't get me wrong. You were in the area. You didn't have the flute, so might as well check the things that are in the area. So,
I can't believe that the flippers and something else was in Mire.
Right?
Yeah,
Ice rod.
flippers and ice rod were in Mire. Yeah.
I'm glad I skipped pod.
I did.
Yeah.
Zethno did not.
I full cleared it.
I don't know.
Absolutely nothing.
I don't know how I began with no potions.
Yeah, we saw there at the end. You had that fairy that came in clutch there. So good thing you checked the little mini Helmasaur chest to get that extra bottle with the fairy in it.
Oh, is that where there was one in there?
That's where it was. There was one in there.
I wasn't stopping at that point.
Well, at least I found the cape, but I had no magic to use it.
Yeah.
With only one, but if I had a half magic, I would have been fine. But no half magic. Where was it? Anybody find it?
Jaybone found it, I believe. I don't know if Zethno, did you find half magic?
Nope. I would love to know where that was because I cleared a lot. Like at this point, it was either an ice. Was he one of the guys that went into Ice Palace earlier? Because I go moded that. It could have been an ice.
Ice Palace, yeah.
Yeah, because KapteinKOEK did full clear Ice Palace. And Jaybone, I think, go moded it, but found it somehow.
No.
I think it might have
Okay.
just been like a random thing he checked in there. We missed it.
Yeah.
It's just, long story short, we missed it.
Oh.
I was commenting about it. I was like, wait.
Left. We're chats. We're being told it's left side swamp.
Oh, thank you, Amarith.
Oh, left
Thank
side
you.
swamp.
It was
Oh.
okay. That's
That was
right.
the other thing I was gonna say because I did not go back in.
That's what it was. Yeah, you did. You left it, and we're like, nope.
I was a little worried about that particular move.
Right.
To be honest.
I go moded swamp and
Yeah.
ice,
That's right. Yeah,
which was
you did-
nice.
Absolutely. But real quick, while we have everybody here watching, I wanted to say once again, thank you to you guys, the runners, Link to the Past Ken, Zethno, and all of our other restreamed runners today for volunteering to do this today. A huge, massive thank you to Amarith for putting on the restream, to my co-com Kaptein1977, and to the trackers, Kaesden and Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna for coming in last minute to track for us today. A big shout out to Speed Gaming for putting on the restream to help us out and do the restream for Minties today. Massive thank you to Mind of Me and the crew over at Speed Gaming Daily. Thank everyone so much. Thank you, chat, for supporting. Please give everybody involved a follow. And another big GG's to you again, Zethno and Link to the Past Ken. You guys put on an awesome show. And it was just so exciting to watch the different routes you guys decided to take.
I think the real champion here today is you, Smirk, because it was your idea to do this race, to get everyone together, to have. We got a restream on the GoMo podcast. We got a restream on Speed Gaming, featuring every mentor tournament, all mentors, mentees on 2 separate channels, and it all came from your brain. So thank you, Smirk.
Oh, you're making me blush again. Link to the Past Ken, Zethno, did you guys have any final comments?
I skipped so much it's not funny. And I had the lowest collection rate.
My only comment is to thank everybody who's involved in volunteering, and yes, Merc, thanks for the extra coordination time. But to everybody involved in the trackers and the restreamers and the comms, it's a whole bunch of work to put this on. So appreciate all the volunteer time.
Well, thank you guys so much. Kaptein1977, did you have any last comments you'd like to make, or?
Nope.
Okay, well, there we go. And so with that, I want to thank everybody once again for coming out tonight and watching. And hopefully we will all see each other in the ladder or in other daily races, or in the future somewhere, maybe even as mentors in the next year. So thank you to everybody, and that'll be all for today.
Bye-bye.
Bye.